Hey, this is Ron. Ron's Woodturning. Welcome back. Thank you again for all the subscribes. I'm going to turn a mushroom. I know the last video I showed how to make the tops look shiny. But I'm going to turn a mushroom. It's got a piece of cedar out of the backyard. It's pretty quick and easy. Shouldn't take long. Typical turn between centers, easy project. So y'all stick around. Let's get started. Yeah, here it is. It's nothing, just I don't know, probably about 3 inches diameter piece of cedar, and I got it between centers. Now I have my spur drive jammed up in the chuck, and it's solid. I got it tight. First thing I'll do is cut a tenon on this side to fit these jaws, and I'll get rid of that spur. Chuck it up. I'll leave the tailstock up until I get it whittled down, and then I'll take it off at the last to carve the head or the top of the mushroom. And I want the base to be smaller than that, so when I get the tenon put on, I put it in the tenon. Probably going to sink in about, I don't know, ½ inch or so, whatever that is. And then another ½ inch above that's where I'm going to make the cutoff. And then I want to have a base about ½ inch. And then empty out the middle here. Undercut the head. Round it over and then undercut the head. Sand it up, finish it. Bada bing. Okay, so basically I made a mark where I'm going to do the cutoff, and then I made a mark how wide I want the base, and then I made a mark up here on how wide I want the head. This is probably not going to work. I'm going to have to come back in a little bit because I'm going to have to take out where that live center has poked a hole in it. Cut that out, so I'll come over like that, cut the middle out of it, and shape it, make a mushroom. Okay, so I got the basic shape that I want, and now I'm going to get my airbrush and color this. I'm going to put some brown around the edge here to make it look like bark, and I'm going to put some blue, maybe green, here and here. Anyway, all with the airbrush. So I'm going to do the brown first. No, yep, brown first. Alright, so I decided that I'm going to use chocolate on the edge here and blue for the rest of it. And then I'm going to use the iridescent gold and violet on the top. Well, I got the brown on there, now I'm going with blue. It's going to take a little more. It only took about 6 drops of brown. There we go. Alright, so you need to let this dry. I usually wait 30. And if you try to put any like shine juice or anything with alcohol in it, it's just going to take the color off. But if you let it dry for like an hour, it'll be fine. Now what I'm going to do on this end right here is I'm going to get my iridescent paint. And I think I'm going to put violet. First I'm going to put down gold and then violet. And I can do that with a paper towel. So let me get that out. Alright, so I'm going to lay down a little foundation of gold real thin. Just put a drop on here. Don't take much. Alright, now let that dry a little bit, then I'll come back and hit it with some bright color that'll accent it. Okay, so I'm going to put a little violet on there and a little turquoise. And it's taking up some of that blue dye. Let me smooth that out. I want to leave it like that because when this dries, it's going to reflect light. And I know I put brown around the edge, but I'm going to hit it with a little bit of turquoise. Just a smidge. There we go. Maybe give it a couple of splotches up top. Real super light. Just enough to get it on there. Now when it dries, I'm going to have blue, I'm going to have turquoise, I'm going to have gold, and I'm going to have violet. And that's this Joe Sonia. And it's going to be brilliant light. I'm liking how it's looking. Now this white is going to change colors when it's dry. But overall, it's different. I like it. Okay, so I'll let it dry overnight, and I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to hit this one with shellac, but I don't have any shellac right now, so I'll show you what it looks like before the shellac. And I'm just going to get my cut off tool and cut that off there, and then I'll show it to you. Okay, well here it is. And I had no more dyeing to do, no more finish to put on there, so I didn't have to take off my work shirt. But here it is. It's blue, and it's got that iridescent top on it. And cut it off to that little tiny dimple right there, and I took my pocket knife, cut that off. So, anyway, it was fun. Something different besides a big bowl. Easy to make, just, you know, just have a little fun in the shop. And just get creative with it, do whatever you want. Might put polka dots on the next one, I don't know. But anyway, like and subscribe, and thank y'all again for subscribing if you haven't already. So y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time in Ron's Woodturning Shop.